Welcome to episode of Potion Sword Run. Nintendo just released their Direct for the Nintendo Switch 2. They announced the big old presentation, blah blah blah. First of all, I'm gonna say I was not excited about it. They showed didn't really get me. It looked like just more of the Switch, to tell you the truth. And I understand it's like the predecessor, and it's gonna be more of the Switch. That's what it is. But besides the graphical upgrade, the games didn't really wow me, to tell you the truth. They seem fine, but it just seemed like the same old, same old. I was expecting just a little bit more from Nintendo. Now, one of the things where they lost me straight up from the beginning is the price. Not the price of the system so much. $450 is a lot of money. I would have thought maybe $400 at max. But where they lost me is the price of the games. Supposedly, Mario Kart is priced at $80 for the digital version and $90 for the physical version. Nintendo is going to be selling physical versions of games for $90 and digital for $80. Right now, I find it difficult to buy games for $70. I skip so many because they don't justify the price. And I understand Nintendo games usually do justify, the price that they set, but not that high. They're pricing people out is what they're doing. They're taking the Disney route. People can't afford to go to Disneyland anymore because it's outrageous. And that's what it's going to be when it comes to playing Nintendo brand games. I'm going to skip the Nintendo Switch 2 because of the games. Because of the price of the games. I'm not going to buy them. I don't buy $70 games right now as it is. Like I hardly do. Once in a while I'll buy a game at launch, one that's, hyped, or one that I want to buy because I played the previous one, or one that just looked freaking awesome. But before, when the games were $60, I would buy them more liberally because, $60, even though it is a lot of money still, I was used to that. When they raised it to $70, it's like, now they're getting a little bit greedy. And then now Nintendo doing it for $80 and $90? That's just corporate greed. I understand inflation, I understand all this shit, but it's the corporations who are inflating the prices. Their profits are still skyrocketing. They're getting profits better than they've ever had before. And that's because they're raising the prices on their products. But I'm not gonna buy it. That's just way too much money. Especially right now when I'm playing games that cost way, way less. I've been stuck on Stardew Valley for the last, few weeks. I played every day for hours. And that game costs like $20. Not to mention I just got into Atomfall that's on Game Pass, which cost me $15 a month. And I get a bunch of AAA games, AA games, a bunch of indie games on there. So I really do get a bang for my buck. I have many options. And besides that, AAA games from other publishers drop in price. So right now, I didn't buy Assassin's Creed Shadows because I wanted to wait for the game to drop. Because Ubisoft games drop all the time. And in a few months, I'll be able to get it for $40. If I wait longer, maybe $20. But Nintendo games, no matter how long you wait, they never drop in price. So if I buy a Nintendo Switch 2, I'm going to be stuck in that high price ecosystem. And with so many options out there, why would I want to do that? But not only is Nintendo screwing Nintendo game players, it's also setting a precedent for other game publishers who set their prices higher as well. And even though that's something that they've been doing for a long time to begin with, they've been doing it shadow mode though. Not straight up just raising the price like they did before to $70. But what they're doing now is giving you standard editions, deluxe editions, and all these, special editions that have more content. Content that would have been on a regular game back in the day. But they're finding ways to nickel and dime gamers. And Nintendo is just taking it one step forward and just pretty much screwing you straight in the face instead of trying to hide it. They're also selling you the same games that were on the Switch 1, just remastered on the Switch 2, updated with the better graphics. Something that Xbox did for free when people jumped on to the Xbox Series. Now, when it came to the launch games and the presentation, I wasn't too excited either. The only game that caught my eye was Mario Kart. And maybe Donkey Kong, but it kind of seemed like it just wasn't for me. I like the whole idea of an open world, Donkey Kong 64 style game. But for some reason, to me, it just kind of seemed like it didn't have that Nintendo magic for some reason. But Mario Kart, on the other hand, looked like it was the next gen Mario Kart that I might want to play. Especially because I missed Mario Kart 8. And together with that C button and all the stuff that it can do, so you can chat and video chat and do all that stuff with, friends and stuff, seems like it would be a lot of fun playing multiplayer. So that's kind of like the only thing that I kind of feel like I'm missing out on. Especially when I see other people or friends of mine play and make videos on it. But again, I cannot justify paying $80 for digital games and $90 for physical games. And not all of the games, it seems, are going to be like that. It seems that Donkey Kong itself is going to be $70. But even then, $70 is a lot of money to ask to begin with. And now 80 and 90? Forget it. I can't get off of it. Because that alone is going to keep me from buying the system. So unless something drastically changes, which I don't think it is because we have so many Nintendo fanboys out there who are going to justify this, I won't be buying a Nintendo Switch 2. But that's okay because I have so many other ways to play games. And right now, Xbox and what they're doing with all the games they're releasing, they pretty much got me covered, especially with Game Pass. Not to mention the indie scene with games like Stardew Valley that actually give you a bang for your buck. Like, why would I choose Nintendo at this point? Anyways, I'm gonna leave it right there. You guys let me know what you guys think. If you guys are excited about the Nintendo Switch 2, if the game prices are, putting you off, or if you're gonna justify it like you guys do when we talk about game prices. Back in the day, Nintendo games would cost $90. Who cares, man? This is now, right now. Alright, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, always be kind to yourself and enjoy your life. And I'll meet you right there. Peace.